of new that learn how to manipulate the frequency of the energy in order to exaggerate an effect. It alters what you see just by the perception of how they want you to view it. I did it already. Larry's birthright is the chairman of the board, which means that when the collective of chiefs give a report, he has to report to the collective the final report. But by them usurping them, he never was able to perform his function as the chief by informing the public of what the tribes needed to do next, right? Because he was incapacitated. Same with Angel Bay. He could have put that into the public domain. He was a war chief, still is, but he's what they call an angel of righteousness.
I see they still trying to usurp Big Mama's mineral rights in a kind of a slick way using natural disasters. Like you did the tape on it already, Rod, the organic wars a long time ago. Did you touch on that a little bit? The organic wars? Go ahead.
Look, the lithium was already part of the program to go get the lithium. They don't just give you permission to start mining after a flood. They just wait for the flood so that they can give you your papers to send you in the mine. Capitalism, capitalizing on the condition. They know it's coming because they know how to read the weather patterns and they know how to influence them as well. Most of the weather patterns that's been being influenced lately have been being influenced from outside the atmosphere. That means that it ain't no humans in control. It ain't no HARP. But it's the same technology coming from somebody up there in the sky.
Black satellite or something?
Black satellite or something. There's a bunch of black atoms on that motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, y'all drop your questions in the chat. We got a couple minutes. We'll take a couple questions, man. If you got any questions for Chief, man, drop them in the chat. If you want to show up some love for the guy that asked, we dropped the cash app every like 2 or 3 minutes. So I just dropped it like a couple of seconds ago. I don't see it. Hold on, let me drop it again for that guy that asked. Yeah, man. So, man, this is pretty much coming together, Rod. It's like the end. It's the end of all. I mean, ain't nothing really else to argue about with these guys. Run our shit. Like they robbed us of a goal, and then they made it a law. They made robbery a law, but then they go and get somebody 100 years for robbery. No robbery. No, armed robbery carry 5 to 99. 5 to 99.
Go back to Google and type all laws commercial. All crime is commercial.
Yeah, I got you. I did a tape on it too.
We went over this before.
Yeah.
But we might have new eyes on the program right now.
Yeah, it's right here.
Look, I told you, everything that we naturally do is either got to be monetized or criminalized.
You just said it.
They can criminalize it, which also monetize it.
Says right here, all crime is commercial. All crimes are commercial and must have natural and cause and be
nature and cause.
Nature and cause and be prosecuted in the name of the people of the state as the real party in entrance, not the people of the state of corporation, the friction. Damn. Is right there.
Now they telling you the difference right there in the writing.
Right? The fiction and the corporation. And
now notice how they got the people of the state of wrote.
Yep. All caps.
But now look at the one above that: be prosecuted in the name of the people of the states.
Right.
All lowercase.
Yep. All crimes of commercial in all caps.
Right. Because that's letting you know, okay, now what do commercial mean?
Concerning with engaging in commerce. Commerce is a large-scale or organized system of activities, functions, procedures, and institutions that directly or indirectly contribute to the smooth, hinder distribution and transferring of goods.
Okay, the transfer, that's trade agreements.
Yeah.
How do you trade in human capital, right? If the humans don't know they the capital.
Man, that's cold.
You put them in a state and you get a state of capital.
Man, that's the game right there, Roy. I gotta probably have to cut that for a shot. Hey, say that again one more time for me, Roy, so I can get that one. Say it loud and proud.
You heard what I said.
Hey, look at this. You said that was a fire. That's a bomb you just dropped right there. They put people in a state and gave the state a capital. Man,
Yeah.
that's a
And the
cold.
state is also a condition.
Dang.
And the conditions have to be controlled, as in climate control, which is your thermostat.
The one in North Carolina, I think it's still about the $5 Indians got control of that one. But I think the original land mass with the longitude and latitude, Mama Radberg got control of it now, the loaded titles. But the Cherokee Nation
Look,
is the one.
you still got to remember you have what's called treaty tribes.
Okay, go ahead.
Treaty tribes don't even have to be real tribes. They just had to be recognized as a tribe by the existing occupying force.
Right.
Right? The occupying force can't determine who you is. They can only occupy the territory and try to stop you from reclaiming it.
Right.
Right. So the proper function of government for the people is to restore the law of the land, the great law. Restore the matriarchy. Go back to the law of the land, and then you push the admiralty jurisdiction out to sea. It's about legal standings, right? In black and white. That's the checkerboard, which is the chessboard, which is the Queen's land, which is the top of the globe, which is where she sit on her throne. Right? Ask them Aussies. They was always there. They don't have, the modern science gave everybody an out of Africa migration story and how we all populated the world.
Yeah.
Right? But that's not the facts of the matter. As each landmass emerged, the people emerged with it.
Go ahead, bro.
The same way as the trees just pop up out the ground, where the seeds come from. You in the whole place that was under the ocean for 1,000 years, now it dry up on land and it start growing trees. Same thing, we emerge. They call it evolution, right? But we call it materialization. We don't look at it like they look at it, but we use how they look at it to explain how they see it wrong, according to how we see it. So you got to flip everything back on them in the courts, right? Because the ball got to be in somebody's court, and it's a 2-ball game or a 2K ball. You figure it out. Just a racket.
Hey, Ross, somebody said, who do they notify when they I'm not a part of this corporation. I know in the Moore Science Temple they used to make us do like a public announcement and with a newspaper and things.
Look.
File all this paperwork. Go ahead.
You don't gotta notify nobody. You gotta walk away from the fraud. Their system is the fraud. They the occupiers. Get with your local community and start forming your own community control so that you can control how your community is taken care of. By doing that, you're going to end up pushing national government out, which is the corporation. And then you're going to reinstitute state government, right? And then you're going to be collecting the capital instead of being the capital. You reverse it back on them.
Right.
You walk away from the fraud. In the law, it's called the abandonment defense, where you was going with somebody to commit a crime, a criminal act, and you decided not to go. You abort the crime or attempt to abort the crime, but for whatever reason you get caught up in the crime. You had no control over that. Right.
Yep. Yeah, go ahead.
So if you ain't got no control over it, you can't be responsible. In law, that's called mens rea, the ability to be aware or to control your criminal behavior according to the confines of the conduct of the law. They tell you how to behave, but it don't mean your circumstances are going to allow you to behave that way.
Right.
Right. So when you know a character, a trait, right, you begin to capture those traits of leadership. This is what all that you did a good job on the other day. I was checking you out doing on Raymond Washington.
Oh yeah, about the some of that stuff I got it. They got it blacked out in the FBI files, but I was able to see read between the lines. But I saw that the Black Gorilla family, man, that's what really interests me. And then when you told me, I saw the part about the Black Gorilla family being tied to the Black Panthers, but it didn't just rang on me until you said George Jackson. Then I went and looked him up, and okay, I put it all together now. I see why they told Raymond Washington what was going on in the land, and that's why the FBI, when he got out in 79, they really was on him then. Because his whole game plan was to bring back the Black Panther type of things, and that's what got him executed. And with Big Took and everything, you notice they both got took down the same year, around the same time. They got took in March, and then August they shot Raymond. So it's like they came at them, and then Operation Crash. Like I put it all together. Like with Operation Crash, everything is everything lines right up. And then once I get to Chicago and talk about Jeff Ford and Larry Hoover, it's gonna be the same type of scenario. Really, it's the same type of scenario.
Every major city had those what they call gang task force units.
Yeah,
right. They had a crash unit in Detroit called Crash, and they would do nothing but just be whooping us upside our head. Right. We remember the Crips came up at a time where the police is using their batons and they killing brothers, choking them out with that chokehold.
Right.
And then some of them got together, they filed a lawsuit to ban the chokehold. Then they started shooting them in the back if they ran. Right. And people kept saying, you shooting them in the back, but there's no cause for you to shoot him in the back. He ain't a danger to nobody.
Right.
Right. But they was operating off those bounty hunter rules from the Western days. So when you see the police gangs like the Rampart unit with the skull with the cowboy hat on, now you know what they're talking about. They're talking about the law of the West. Outlaw tribes, they have bounties on their heads. we don't want to believe that America declared we was their enemy. We didn't declare ourselves nobody enemy. We was minding our business. America came over here interfering with us. So now America got to go.
Or is it United States Corps? That's like America even apply to these guys. These guys are United Snakes of America. United Snakes of the Corps.
So what you see is by letting the patriots know that it is a organized effort of the military to interfere with a coup, to take over the land that was spearheaded by George Herbert Walker Bush. At the spearhead of the organization, he put Obama's in office, he put his son in office, he put Reagan in office. He's inserted himself under Reagan in order to insert himself into the presidency. Reagan never had Alzheimer's, but the Secret Service had Nancy giving him medications that kept him in a stupor, or else they was going to murder him.
Right. Right. We got about 10 minutes, Rob. We're going to take about 2 more. We get about here.
Look, everybody want to take the land back, but ain't nobody going to want to work the land.
Go ahead.
We going to want to kick people off the land, but ain't nobody going to want to cultivate the food. Ain't nobody going to want the burden of doing the holistic lifestyle of living off the fat of the land. Ain't nobody going to want that. Only people going to want that is somebody like me that already liked it from a little boy. We'll step out there because we believe in hard work, but the average person, that's feel too much like slavery to them, to own your own land and cultivate your own food and feed yourself off the fat of the land. Right? So everybody want to talk about getting the land back, but don't nobody want to talk about working the land. Because, everybody thinking that the city, what we going to do about the city?
Right.
You ain't going to divide the city up to take people houses from them in order for, that's just retarded. Ain't nobody supposed to be homeless. The elders say you can be without a house, but you ain't never supposed to be homeless, somewhere that you can go to in a time of need. Right? And everybody supposed to have a central location that they call home. And that's where we didn't have grocery stores. We didn't have corner stores. We didn't have liquor stores. We had to make all that stuff because that was our culture.
Right.
But they came over here and want to mechanize everything, rapid construction, rapid distribution, and now they introducing this artificial banking system with this inflation tax incorporated into the nature of the dollar.
Right.
In order to diminish the value of the product that they stealing from us.
Right.
They stealing the value, they not stealing the product. So when we looking at it, we looking at we had the land, but all like everybody, I don't know one of my cousins that would have kept my grandfather land, but I would have. But his wife got tricked out of it by the sharecroppers because she had a house to feed and she ain't know what she was signing. And fraud vitiates all contracts. We already know they got the whole paper trail right down there in Magnolia, Mississippi and Macomb, Mississippi. They know what's going on. I don't get into a lot of the tribal disputes that my personal family go through because I want my understanding of the tribal culture to be so expressed that ain't no doubt he from over here. He one of us. He wanted the original chiefs of the land come back once again to reclaim the land at the close of the age, the great jubilee when all debts are canceled. Right? And all taxes are suspended.
Never have it been made.
That was dope, brother. I think it was an accident too, wasn't it? But fast for the people that look like us that ain't us, oh, they got a good one coming. First they gonna get exposed, put on blast, and then turned loose to the mercy of the community. The rest of them gonna be food for the Anuna gods. Yeah, so we had a big mama system of child care, and we going back to that as soon as the people stop supporting these usurping groups that's using their participation as consent to control their life, and they don't even know they're surrendering control. Um, all taxation is going to be ceased. The IRS is not a government agency. It had nothing to do with us. The maps might be a what they call that the districts, because they was trying to set up the 13 banks was trying to set up 13 districts. And I think the tribes is going to go to 10 districts because you need 10 days to see the bay in the Moorish paradigm. So it's taking the tribal structures that was being usurped and using the parts that work and to make the parts that was suffering work better.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that they brought over here wasn't bad, and everything they brought over here wasn't good. But the good stuff was really good, and the bad stuff was really bad.
We got about 4 minutes, y'all. We'll take about one more good question for the chief, man. Then we're gonna get up out of here, y'all. We're gonna be back though. We got more bangers, more heat coming out every day. Y'all hit that like button. Like I said, if you want to show Chief some love, we dropped the cash app. We got it on the thumb. That's the right cash app for the guy that was asking. That's the right one right there. Be sure to like, because one got an S on it. Somebody created a fake one with an S on it. So be careful with it. It's it should say Rodney Haynes on Rods, but it's the SIKA capital A PE for the people that's asking. Yeah, man. So pretty much we're gonna come back on something else. But somebody said it happened with the prisoners because I know some people that what would happen with the prisoners after with all this
a lot of people have to get out of prison, especially next year when they be doing the celebrations.
Yeah.
Some of them motherfuckers we don't want out, but they probably been in there so long they gotta let them out. But a lot of the prisoners community, like long-term prisoners, is gonna need reentry programs to reintegrate them into the society and to get them the resources they need to live the life they want to lead, that'll keep them from being criminals. Because don't nobody want to commit crime to survive. But when you put into a certain condition, you're going to respond according to your conditions. And that's why this was Patriot Notice, because we got to realize everybody that's been over here in this last 150 years or so, right? You got a lot of immigrants that didn't amalgamated into the people of the land. Right? So now we have to have no respect of persons, because you have to defy every paradigm lock.
Right.
which is those things that gives you an aversive feeling off the appearance of somebody else,
Right.
right? Because all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And just because they don't look like you don't mean they won't look out for you.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's not about appearance, it's about what's in their heart. You could tell a person that vibrate on a good frequency from somebody who don't by the energy they carry with them when they come around. You just try to ignore it. I don't.
Martin Luther King said, "Judge a man by the content of his character and not by the color of his skin." And they said, "Bang, let's kill him." Man, that could have been in the Bible, man. We got to kill this guy. Got to get rid of this guy.
Yeah. All those celebrities winning Oscars passing for white and the greatest role they ever played, they never won the award for it. And that was to play Caucasian.
Wow.
That's to be passing.
Wow. Somebody said what's this big one everyone's talking about? This big one. It's the first time hearing it. This big one.
I don't know what he's talking about. Let's see. Oh, he got to be talking about the solar flare that's coming.
Oh, okay, the big solar flare.
Yeah, that's the upgrades in consciousness. It's gonna first upgrade the consciousness, and then it's gonna start upgrading the children. It's already starting upgrading the children, but it's gonna elevate their upgrades.
Man.
Only reason it ain't gonna work as fast on the adults because we fix it to a mental paradigm and way of looking at the world, and the children not.
Mm-hmm.
So even though they'll be able to see your paradigm, they'll still be able to see beyond it, right? Because the new frequency will allow them to see a more expansive view of the world.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, we want to take children around the world and see foreign places, but we don't want people using them for sex toys and food.
Right.
You know, you want to teach every child to create their best life. And the more people that know how to automatically build their best life by doing what they automatically love to do, the more everything will be harmonious. Some people just computer geeks. They just want to work with computers and be left alone.
Right.
You facilitate that in the structure of the family. You give him his little computer room. When he don't want to be bothered, he go in there and do tinker with his computers. Right? When he want to be bothered, he come outside, kick it, jump in the pool with the family, add a barbecue to cook out.
Mm-hmm.
When he get tired of that, he go back to his little crack, to the little computer room, play with his computer some more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, people got to find the stuff that make their heart glow. Stop participating in stuff that make you angry and miserable all the time.
Right.
You sit there and be angry and miserable all the time, you can't enjoy your life. And that's living in hell. When you lose that much self-control and control of your life. You can have any life you want to. You just got to see how to get there. And your mind to help you get there. It's all in how you perceive the world that determines the outcome of what you generate. It's so free to be free.
Somebody said that question we just had up. They was asking, okay, what they do about business being that the corporation go out? Like how do they set up something where they can generate?
Everything will be sole proprietorships.
Go ahead.
Sole proprietorships will be under the jurisdictional domain of your family bank. Your family bank will become your financier in order to help you structure your business to be successful, profitable, and be able to reinvest back into the family bank to help somebody else and still live your lavish life or however you want to live. Everybody don't want to live in palaces and shit. Some people just want to live in a 3-bedroom house in the woods with a tractor, a couple of dirt bikes, a rifle, and a Bowie knife. And they living their best life under them conditions, and their family come out there to the barbecue, they good. different people want different stuff out of life that's going to make them feel like they living the life of their dreams. The most people can live the life of their dreams, the more you generate and have it on earth. But the more people that's stuck in this fear paradigms, political satire, Hollywood dramedy, right? Then that's the slower that the building gonna fall. But that sucker's still coming at an alarming rate. It still got to hit the bottom. The old system has to dissolve in order for the new system to activate. Once they tell you that the old system has been dissolved, and then we will be able to roll out how the new system is structured, how it will operate, and we'll be able to go to the grassroots and get the resources like fertilizer down to the root. That's the goal.
And on that note, you can drop the mic and walk off stage, bro. We got it on lock. We got this. Yeah, man. Look, I'm telling you, man. You giving us the game head on right here. I mean, if you don't got it at this point, I mean, we can't beat it over your head no more. We can't beat it over your head no more. I mean, we beat it over these guys' head long enough. Like, it's just plain as day at this point, man. The game is up. The gig is up. Roll that curtain. Roll that beautiful beam footage. Pull that Wizard of Oz little bitty midget, black little Jewish midget from behind that coat. You know what I'm saying? Little dirty Moorish giant Jew guy with a beard, and he's short, like 4 foot tall, puppeting everybody. And then telling you about the white man, the white man, the white man. And the whole time it's his ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, bro.
Think he's slick.
Yeah. Kind of find out here a little short black joker they've been telling all the gold the whole time, little leprechaun looking joker. I'm telling you.
If people be forgetting that the government had programs sending people into our community, who in the hell was these people?
Right.
Where they get them from?
Go ahead.
They only send them in as children, and their parents is the newcomer, and then they raise them up, and they kind them out of information and casual conversation, and they never know they telling nothing because they think this motherfucker they uncle.
Damn.
Now he go back and report back to the lodge what his nephew said. Nobody don't know how the police know all this information from the inside, and nobody know how he got there.
They make a lot
He
of
gets
sense.
suspicious and figure it out. They just gonna whack his ass.
Like what happened to Tupac.
Yeah. And the beat goes on. But all is fair in love and war.
We trade war stories. Outlaws on the rise, niggas out spies. Look at my eyes. We trade war stories. Outlaws on the rise, jealous because I despise. Look at my eyes. That might go over niggas' head. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. You talking about the outlaw tribes on the land. Yeah.
The greatest strategist is figure out how to turn this war story into a love story so that he can get the woman at the end of the show.
That's right. Go ahead.
The woman was the goal.
Go ahead.
So you gotta go out into the world and conquer. And when you sufficiently conquer, your conquest give you the life you want according to your level.
Hey, we out, man. We're gonna make it hold you long. Right. Hey, we got 2 hours in the game. Hey, y'all, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. Like I say, I mean, who else is doing it? Never have it been made so clear. The Chief I gotta roll this one back. I'm gonna roll this one back and watch it again and take some notes. Because everybody's complaining about me taking notes during the class. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it and take notes after and do.
That was a message. That was a code flip message for me to trigger you. For me to make you bump straight.
Yeah.
That was done by I know who that was. It was your reaction was the exact reaction required in order for me to try to bump you back straight.
And say, and then maybe somebody else needed that too, though, along with me. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody else.
We ain't doing this for us. We doing this as a tool to teaching other people how to perceive and understand and see it from another level.
Right.
But sometimes we got to use the real time experience. Because if you don't act the way you normally act, and then I don't tell you to bump straight, then nobody don't know where we going with this lesson.
Right.
But I come back and then I explain to you why to bump straight. And then it helps them to understand how to exercise the noble character if you got the noble blood.
Let's do it.
Everybody else is going to go over their head.
That's right. Because a couple people did comment on what you said, and they said, yeah, that was some good stuff, Rod said about the taking a note thing.
You're supposed to take notes.
Yeah, Tahuti took notes. He ain't nobody calling it Tahuti. I ain't never seen nobody calling it. Like, as far as, like, I'm talking about, man, articulate and just skill to just make niggas laugh and just get out of any kind of situation. Tahuti's the guy. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Tahuti's the guy. You know what I'm saying? I done seen that dude get out of some stuff. I'm telling you, man. Like, he'll make a nigga, you can have a gun to this dude here. This dude will talk you out of it and make you laugh and giggle and shit. And you end up putting the gun to your own head. I'm telling you, that's how Tahuti is. He's smooth, man. I ain't never seen nothing like it. He got his comeback lines are state of the art. And then they, you know, his comeback is state of the art. His comeback game. I'm telling you. All right, but we out of here, man. We about to take a nap, man. You know, like we don't sleep, we just take naps. You know what I'm saying? We about to go take us a nap. And we're gonna be back at y'all again with another banger. Hey, y'all, go ahead.
Hey, I don't take naps or sleep. I just rest.
He just rest.
I be in some other dimensions doing some other stuff.
Yeah, right. Your body just rests on this side. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It says keep
I be still at work.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna get out of here, man. We want to thank the universe for allowing us to present this information to the public, and it's out now, man. So you spread the word, let everybody know what's going on the land, y'all. Chief Pontiac just put the public announcement out on to the patriots on to be prepared and keep your eyes aware and keep stay alive and stay alert. That's what they used to tell us: stay alive and stay alert. You know what I'm saying? On this land, because they don't tell them what these suckers got, you know, with the protect the children. That was the original mission. Tahuti said protect the children. That was the original mission. So keep your eyes on the kids, man. Make sure we'll protect the kids. That's what this game is about. Save the children. We out of here, man. Peace. One love. Waduk. Free Dr. Malachi York. Free Larry Hoover. Free Jeff Ford, man. Free H.
Free all political prisoners. Bring the Silent Shakur back home.
That's right. Peace, love, harmony throughout the boundless universe to all. Waduk.
Waduk.